I've changed. Not overnight, not magically, not because all of my prayers were answered exactly how I wanted, but because life and God and healing started changing me from the inside out. And so today's episode is simply called I've Changed. Hey friends, welcome back to Fearfully Made, Faithfully Single. I cannot believe we are in season 3. Honestly, when I started this podcast, I don't know if I fully understood where God was taking me with it. I knew He told me to do it. I knew I had something to say. And I knew that there were women just like me, over 35, over 40, over 50, trying to figure out life, faith, identity, singleness, disappointment, growth, all of those things. And somewhere between season 1, episode 1, and now I've changed. You know what's interesting? Sometimes people think change has to look dramatic, like a wedding ring, a new relationship, a promotion, a huge weight loss, a public success story. But some of the deepest changes in your life happen quietly. They happen in your responses, in your confidence, in your boundaries, your peace, and in the way you carry yourself. And I realized I don't carry myself the same anymore. I was invited to an event recently, and it ended up being mostly couples. Now, while they were finalizing the guest list, somebody asked me, "Okay, Crystal, should we put you down with the +1?" Now, years ago, I probably would have lied and said yes. Not because I actually had somebody, but because I didn't want to stand in the discomfort of being the only single person there. I probably would have tried to find a friend, grab a date, make some arrangements, fill the space, just kind of soften the reality of that I was single. But this time, girl, I simply said, nope, just me. And so they asked again, no +1? And I said, no, just me. And y'all, I didn't shrink when I said it. I didn't apologize. I didn't laugh nervously. I didn't feel embarrassed. I was completely okay saying, it's just me. And that may sound small to somebody else, but for me, baby, that was growth. Because I realized my relationship status is becoming a smaller and smaller piece of my identity. Not because I don't value relationships, not because I'm bitter, not because I've stopped believing God, but because I finally understand I am a whole person right now. Not later, not someday, not when something changes. Now. Well, the scripture that kept coming to me while preparing this episode was Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation starts in the mind first. Before your life changes publicly, your thinking changes privately. That's what has been happening to me. My mind is changing. I've also been to several weddings. You know it's wedding season. Beautiful weddings, beautiful couples, beautiful moments. And somebody asked me, doesn't this just make you think about your own wedding someday? And surprisingly, no, not really. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-love. I'm not anti-marriage. But I didn't sit there longing for another life while missing the beauty of the moment I was already in. And that's new for me. I was able to enjoy their joy without making it about my lack. That's growth. Because comparison used to sneak in so easily. But now I'm learning how to stay present in my own life. Another way I've changed, I've become more intentional about how I present myself. Oh yeah, girl, I got to be together. Now, let me say this carefully because people get funny when we talk about women and image. Yes, your heart matters. Yes, Character matters. Yes, definitely integrity matters. But presentation matters too. You get one time to make a first impression. And I realized I wanted to stop moving through life disconnected from myself. And when I'm on a mission, I'm doing something, sometimes I walk with my head down because my mind is racing. I'm always thinking, I'm always planning, I'm always focused on the next thing. But now I'm learning to slow down, to look people in the eye, to be intentional, to be present, to speak with confidence, to carry myself differently. And honestly, I'm embracing the things that make me feel empowered. Girl, do you have things that make you feel empowered? Hey, whether that's taking care of your appearance, getting your hair done, now you know how we all feel better when that hair is together. For me, wearing lashes, dressing up occasionally, how I rest, how I protect my peace, how I keep my boundaries. I'm no longer hiding myself, waiting for life to begin later. Yeah, that's what's changed. I used to think, well, don't do too much now. Save that for... No. I realize I deserve to show up fully right now. And maybe that's what this season is really about. Not being fake, not being arrogant, not performing, but being comfortable with the woman God is shaping me into. Because healing changes you. Oh, and disappointment can change you too. Boundaries, growth, grief, and experience, they all change you. But if we're honest, some of us are still operating from versions of ourselves that no longer exist because we've changed. And honestly, we're grateful for it. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And I really believe this is a new season for me. Not because everything is perfect, not because everything is already laid out, but because I'm learning how to live fully in the season I'm already in. So maybe today's question is this. Have you given yourself permission to change? Not perform, not pretend, not become who everyone else expects, but truly change. Because growth will require you to release the old versions of yourself. And yes, that version probably served you once, but it can't go where God is taking you next. Hey, thanks so much for joining me in episode 1 of season 3. A fearfully made, faithfully single. I'm tripping over saying season 3. I really am. I'm tripping over that, but we're here now. Hey, like we always do, if this episode blessed you, encouraged you, or made you think just a little bit deeper, share it with someone. Hey, make a comment on YouTube or give us a 5-star review on Spotify. We'd love to have it. And listen, I'm excited, as you all can tell, about this season because I believe this season we're going deeper, more honest, more intentional, more healed, more whole. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you next Thursday. Bye.